Very good morning to each one who's present here. There's a saying, if you want to walk fast, you should walk alone. But if you want to walk far, you should walk together. And here in Toastmasters, we all are gathered here under one roof to somehow fulfill our specific roles. We all have come from varied walks of life just to walk together and help each other in achieving our goals. Everyone has got a mission in life, and so does Toastmasters. The mission of Toastmaster is to provide a positive and a supporting learning approach where the members are empowered to develop their leadership and communication skills, which enhances their personal growth and self confidence. I welcome you all to meeting number 480 of Mangalore Toastmasters Club. Before we start the meeting, there are certain ground rules which need to be followed. Kindly put your mobile phone on silent or vibrating mode. Kindly mute yourself while not speaking. Please refrain yourself from talking about sex, religion, and politics. And speakers in line, kindly keep your videos on before the prior speaker is about to finish. So now I welcome our Madam President, who is just back from a short visit to Mumbai and is bounced back with super energy, Madam President, Toastmaster Sunita.
Thank you so much, Radha. Thank you. Good morning, Mangalore Toastmasters. It's very nice to be back. You take things for granted when they happen regularly. And sometimes I think we take our Toastmasters fellowship and learning for granted. I did not realize how much I missed it until I got back. Needless to say, I had a wonderful holiday, but it's great to be able to share it with you. Since we don't have a specific theme today, I'd like to share with you the experience I had. It was wonderful going back to a town where I had studied, where I had lived. And I realized that if we take the trouble to relive old memories, relive good memories, it brings back not just the, where you went, what you did and who you met, but how you felt at that time. And that can be a wonderful experience, like Radha said, to recharge your batteries, to renew wonderful feelings, and to reconnect with people. So on that happy note, that rejuvenated note, let us begin the meeting with a prayer by Toastmaster Prana.
Every tiny star that twinkles in the night sky, every drop of morning dew, every spark of fire blazing in the furnace, every captivating view, every rainbow, every pretty butterfly tells a fascinating news to those who dare to hope. Joining. And the message is God still loves the world. God still loves the world. So throw your life into his hands. Day by day, discern his plans.
God is passionately busy loving you and me.
Every ocean wave that breaks upon the seashore,
Every stalk of golden green, every silver stream that gushes down the mountains, every drop of honey is sweet.
Every eagle flying high, everyone that wriggles by, tells the fascinating news to those who dare to hope. And the message is God still loves the world. God still loves the world. So throw your
life into his hands. Day by day discern his plans.
God is passionate,
loving you
and me. every man and woman pledged in love forever, every little newborn child, every voice in favor of a needy neighbor, every radiating smile, every hand that offers love, every drop of donor blood tells the fascinating news to those who dare to hope. And the message is God still loves the world. God, yeah, still loves the world. So throw your life into his hands. Day by day discern his plans. God is passionately busy loving you and me. God is passionately busy loving you and me. God is passionately busy loving you and me.
Thank you, Frana, for that wonderful, inspiring prayer in the morning. It was wonderful listening to you sing. And now, before we go ahead, it would be lovely to hear felicitations from all the members. I'll start. Usually I forget about mentioning small felicitations, but I am so pleased and happy to announce that, my eldest son got engaged in Mumbai, which is why I abandoned my club and had a wonderful time. Yes, he's engaged to a girl, a Mangalorean, but born and brought up in Mumbai, and they're very happy together. And so I'm not going to share a picture here, but I will share it on the other. Yes. Anybody else would like to share a felicitation?
Yes,
Please
ma'am. It's
unmute them.
Praveen.
Yes, Praveen, go ahead.
Yeah, the College of St. Aloysius and the students visited our Mangalore prison just for their routine work. It was a surprise that I was on duty. So I happened to describe a brief note regarding the prison. So I started in Kannada, my mother tongue. But as all the students from Kerala, my junior asked me to speak English. So I did my work, and everything was done. But 2 days later, superintendent called me and appreciated me that, no, Praveen, being a warden, you have done a very good job by explaining the things in English. So I'm thankful to the Toastmasters. I've
Yes.
done my job. Thank you. Thank you.
Great, Praveen. Great to hear that. That's a super achievement. Could everyone turn on their videos since we are on gallery view, just for the felicitations? Would anyone else like to share?
Yes, Winston.
Yes, Winston, go ahead.
Okay. It was not a great achievement, but sometime back at Milagres, they celebrated the Children's Day, and the catechism teacher had to sing the welcome song. So I was also among them, among 12 other lady teachers. I was the only man singing on the stage the welcome song. So I was quite thrilled.
Yes, great. Great, Winston. That is a great achievement. Singing with ladies is always a challenge, no? Would anyone else like to share?
Yeah,
Any
Chandra here.
achievement? Yes, Chandra, go ahead.
Yeah. At my workplace, New Mangalore Port Trust, as a part of Amrit Mahotsav, being a government organization, we have been told to host a series of programs. One such program was conducting this lecture on different topics. So there were 3 lectures, and I was hosting. I was emceeing all the 3 series of lectures on different dates. Though it was for the first time conducting the series of talks, but I did it. I took it initiative and I did it well, and it was well received by all at NMPT. Thank you. Thank you to us.
Great, Chandra. Yeah. Anyone else?
Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. Oh,
Lalita.
Lalita? Yes, Lalita, go ahead.
Yeah. And since last 2 days, I have attended our audit committee meeting and board meeting, and I have given the presentation in front of the diet, and he told it's a nice presentation.
Put that off, Baba.
And from today onwards, now I have to handle a new team, a big team. I have been transferred to new area. Then it's a big team now. I think now I will concentrate on Toastmasters. I'll prepare for my speeches and enroll taking. I think now I'll get time.
Where are you?
Yes.
Which
Great.
company is it?
The company is same, sir. MRPL.
Last year.
MRPL. Okay.
Right now I'm in budget, MOU, costing, ministerializing section.
Okay.
So
Good. Good.
Time I'm stuck up. Anytime board meeting comes, so since last 10 days I have to know morning 8 to 8. So I was not able to prepare for my speeches and all, but now I'm shifting to another section, payment section, work order, purchase order, supplies. So I think now I'll get time.
Okay, that's great, Lalita. Great to hear you. Congratulations on all your achievements. Great. Would anyone else like to share? Anyone else? Okay, all right. Let's go ahead. I'd like to welcome very specially Toastmaster Daryl from Let's Debate Toastmasters, also member of Infosys Toastmasters. Yes, Daryl? Yes. So Daryl opened the meeting. He's also an area director, and he opened the meeting for us today. So I twisted his arm and asked him to be the librarian also, and he willingly agreed. Thank you, Daryl, and warm welcome to a club where you already know so many of us. And we also welcome. Yeah, we also welcome Sabina, who is a guest. Sabina, would you like to switch on your video and introduce yourself? Sabina, is she there? Yes, Sabina, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Okay, sorry, I think I was on mute.
No,
Hello,
it's
good
all right.
morning, everybody. I'm Sabina here, an electrical and electronics engineer. I work as an electrical consultant, but right now I've taken a break because of this COVID pandemic and my kids being at home. So hoping things go on fine, and I join back work, and I want to join the Toastmasters Club too, because I had visited one of your Toastmasters sessions some 15 years ago, which was held in Valencia through Toastmaster Suresh Naik, who's no more, and his wife Samina Naik had got me there.
Great. So we hope that you will continue your passion for Toastmasters now and yeah, join a club. Yes, welcome. You're most welcome today. Glad to have you with us.
You. Yeah.
I think we will go ahead now with the regular meeting. And today, the Toastmaster of the day today is someone I would turn to whenever I had a challenge. She is, it's not only how she handles the challenge, it's just her presence and her smile and her calm confidence that somehow reassures me that all obstacles can be overcome. Please welcome our Vice President Public Relations, none other than Toastmaster Seema. Over to you, Seema.
Thank you, dear President, for your brief introduction. Dear Toastmasters, recently we celebrated Constitution Day, and every year on 26th November, we observe this day to commemorate the adoption of Constitution of India. On that day, in the year 1949, the Constitution Assembly headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar adopted the Constitution, which came into effect from 26th January 1950. The preamble says, "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, social, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. Today, let's all pledge to commit ourselves to uphold the values of the Constitution. With this thought in mind, I call on the General Evaluator of the day, DTM Sukanya, to introduce her tag team.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the meeting. I've been the last minute general evaluator, but I have a very good team as my tag team. We have 3 evaluators, that is Fiona, Chandrasekhar, and Winston. And we have Daryl as the grammarian and Praveen as the R counter. Yeah, and timer is Pooja. I hope, should I, do they have to introduce their roles? Yeah, okay. So I think I'll go ahead with the timer. Pooja, Pooja, please tell us what you're going to do.
Good morning, everyone. My role is of a timer today, and I have to time the speech according to the time allotted to them. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja. We have the R counter, Praveen. Praveen, please tell the audience what your role is.
Thank you, everyone. The role of R counter in every meeting goes on like counting the number of R's, ums, and any filler words to avoid the speech, to be the speeches in a good manner. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to count all the number of R's, ums, and filler words. So I request all the Toastmasters to concentrate on their R's, ums, and filler words and speak. So after the meeting, I'm going to do the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Praveen. Now I request Fiona to tell us what the role of the evaluator is.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, today Toastmaster Neil will not be speaking, so I will not be evaluating. But the role of an evaluator anyway is to evaluate the member who has spoken and give them effective feedback so that it will help them in their future speeches. Back to you, Toastmaster Sukanya. Just to tell you that Toastmaster Neil will not be speaking. Only 2 speeches for today.
Yeah, thank you, Fiona. I now request Daryl, the grammarian, to give the word for the day and also tell the audience what your role is.
Thank you, General Evaluator, DTM Suganya. Good morning, everyone. As the grammarian for today, I will keep track of the correct usages as well as incorrect usages of the English language and present my report at the end of the meeting when I'm called upon by the General Evaluator. I also have the task to give you the word for today. And since there's no specific theme, I chose this word, and the word is enamor, E-N-A-M-O-U-R, enamor, which means have a liking for, or to be filled with love for. If I were to use it in a sentence, I would say, her beauty enamored the prince. Or Manglo is such a beautiful place. I have to say, I'm enamored with this part of the country. I will post the meaning and the word in the chat box, and I encourage all the speakers, evaluators, as well as the table topic speakers to use the word of the day. And to the audience, whenever the word of the day is being used, please do encourage them with any emoticon that you feel appropriate. With that, thank you very much, and I'll be back with my report when the General Evaluator calls me. Back to you, DTM Suganya.
Thank you, Daryl, for that very brief introduction and a beautiful word. Now I would like to hand over the charge to the TMOD, Seema Sikwera.
Thank you, DTM Sukanya, for the introduction of your tag team. Now we are moving on to the second part of the meeting, that is prepared speeches. And we have the first speaker, Ranjini, I think, no? Ranjini is going to speak, is it first? Yeah. So first speaker is Toastmaster Ranjini Vittildas. She has enamor for law. And Ranjini, can you tell me just one sentence about what do you mean by patriotism?
Love for the nation.
Okay, thank you. So I request her evaluator, Toastmaster Winston, to read out the objectives.
Today's objectives of the speech are to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. I understand topic is cyber law.
Yes.
Cyber law, Ranjini.
Yeah, Ranjini is in her level 1 and she's giving her third speech. Cyber law. Toastmaster Ranjini, cyber law. Over to you.
Thank you, Tia Moli. The more we move towards digitalization and technology, the more vulnerable we become to cyber threats. Technology is a double-edged sword. While it is a great asset and can provide us with new advanced method of security. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. My client, Asha, called me and requested me to help her to protect her from the fraudulent who was asking her to press this barcode and pressurizing her to press it because it was linked to her account. She had put an advertisement in an app, 99 acres, for a rent of her flat. And this fraudulent appeared to be as an army person and gave all the identity. You can see here the Aadhaar card, army card, and his photo. He was appearing as a person, genuine person. And she had a doubt and contacted me. Toastmasters, here I am showing you that different ways how the fraudulent appear. You can see here, you can note down some link also. Here the different ways how a fraudulent appear before the innocent persons who use the internet. This is how the crimes take place. You can see a person is getting this message saying that he is a guarantor of a company, of a finance company, who he helped someone and he is forcing him to pay the amount. This is also a trick to a fraudulent, using the trick to sorry, I can't. Okay. This is how the technology to commit crimes. Some are using to make money. What is cyber law in India? That's what I am talking now. Cyber law is governing the cyberspace which protect the privacy of every individual and organization. Section 419 and 420 of Indian Penal Code has provision to deal with frauds. The Information Technology of 2000 was notified by Indian Parliament on 17th October 2000. It is the primary law in India dealing with cybercrime and electronic commerce. Cyber law, otherwise known as internet law, protect people from becoming the victim of crime through unscrupulous activities on the net. At present, cyber fraudulents trick to call up residents on vaccination registration or request them for the vaccination registration ID to swipe their Aadhaar details, which is linked with bank. The most common cyber threat is social media, asking for money via fake Facebook accounts. There is a case that a Bangalore woman ordered for food for two via Facebook and ends up losing 50,000. Sometimes victims of these type of crimes frequently don't know when to call up for help. Very few people are aware of the simplest step to increase cyber security. How to protect yourself against cybercrime? Well, let us start by being smarter than the criminals. Always think before you click on a link or a file on unknown origin. Use antivirus software and keep it updated. Use strong password with different 10 characters. Never open attachment in spam emails. Don't give out personal information unless secure. Always keep an eye on your bank statements. Make sure your social networking profile are set to private. Example of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Secure your mobile devices. Download applications from trusted sources. Secure your wireless network. Avoid public Wi-Fi and hotspot while conducting financial transactions and corporate transactions. Be careful when you store a number of random users who pretend to be a delivery boys. By storing numbers, they will get access to your profile, pictures, and update status. When you are in doubt or in any fraud, you call the right person for help. You can file online complaints on cybercrime.gov.in. Don't panic if you are a victim. Report immediately to your local cyber police. Lastly, you have a security audit done yearly. This will make sure you all stay network protection. Thank you. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you, Ranjini, for beautifully enlightening us on the cyber crime that is prevalent in every area of our life today, and cautioning us on how to be how to avoid this crime and how to overcome this problem. Thank you. Now we have the next speaker who has enema for physics. Toastmaster Princita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Toastmaster Princita will be evaluated by Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, for the objectives of her speech.
Good morning, everyone. Toastmaster Princita is on the path presentation mastery. Level 2 project is Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring. She is going to present her third speech with a title, Breathe. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some of the aspects of the previous experience as a protégé. Duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note 5, 6, and 7. All the best to Toastmaster Princita. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Princita, breathe. Breathe. Toastmaster Princita, over to you. Yeah.
Once when I was a second year undergrad student, I was messing around in my physics lab with a couple of classmates. We had been given access to the laser cutter for our projects and decided to use it for making cool pendants for fun instead. We figured it would be okay since it was just us in the lab then. We had made the design and were all engrossed watching the laser cutter in action when we realized our physics professor had joined us too, watching. Now, we all got a little scared since we weren't technically supposed to be doing this. But all he said was, why did you do it in the center of the acrylic sheet? If you'd done it in the corner, you could have saved all this material and used it for something else. It wasn't really when he said this that I wanted to be his mentee, but his way of trusting us and letting us have fun and use the lab for not strictly educational purposes was definitely one of my favorite things about him. Good morning, Toastmasters. In my college, we could, in our second year, opt to take the honors pathway, which would involve a 1.5 year long research project under one of our faculty. I applied to be Professor Richard Fernandez's mentee and got selected. The project was about building a setup to determine whether a polymer was ductile or brittle. I was both super excited and incredibly nervous about the whole thing, ready to learn so much and have a fabulous project in a spectacular grade, and clearly stressed myself out. But being Richard's protege proved to be a very interesting, although at times frustrating experience for me because of his cool and calm ways of doing things. While he'd discuss with me the project and the tasks to be done, he'd also let me do it at my own pace. So if I was struggling with something or couldn't figure it out for a while, he'd tell me to take my time and do it instead of giving me a solution or helping right away. While all the breathing space was great, I'd also find this really frustrating and would constantly worry that I was lagging behind on the project. It would, however, be really satisfying when I'd finally figure it out. This wouldn't always be the case though, and I'd sometimes end up spending days or even weeks on the same thing and failing before he'd help. But when this happened, he'd not be hard on me or judgmental, or would focus on making sure I'd understood the issue properly. The times when Richard's method worked best, however, were when I'd started something rather hard and surprised both myself and him when I actually got it done. He'd be low-key about it, but would always make sure to congratulate me when this happened. And by the end of the project, while I did learn a bunch of new things and picked up new skills, I'd say one of the best parts about it was making friends with an almost 70-year-old. He talked to me and my co-mentee, another of his project students, about all sorts of things. He'd tell us old stories, discuss good restaurants, bad restaurants, talk about how things are in academia, beat us at table tennis, complain about having to reply to mails while blatantly ignoring us, grumbling about how he never responds to ours, and so on. During one of the hardest weeks of college, he had us over for dinner and we spent the evening with his family and cats. So, stressed as I was at the beginning of the project, I learned to calm down, breathe, focus on the task at hand, and believe that it would work out. Richard trusting me to do things on my own helped me become less uncertain about my own skills. I also learned that putting in all of one's efforts into something, leaving no room for yourself to breathe, is not a sustainable way of doing things. You'd only be able to keep at it for so long before burning out. He was a considerate teacher and mentor throughout, for never limiting his guidance to merely the project, but making the time to talk to me about things that matter, and not the least, for introducing me to his cats. I am grateful. From him and them, I have learned to tread lightly but firmly as I navigate through life. And to me, I think this is what mentoring should be, allowing your prodigy to do their own thing, but being there for them when they need you is how it should go. Thank you.
Thank you, Princita, for that wonderful speech on mentoring. With this, we conclude the first part of the meeting, that is prepared speeches. And now we move on to the next segment, that is table topic session. I call on Toastmaster Jyoti to conduct this session. Over to you, Toastmaster Jyoti.
Good morning to all. Table topics. These are the most exciting part of Toastmasters meeting. And objective of this enamored activity is challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills. Now, let us see what is exactly table topics. In table topics are designed to develop 4 essential communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. And to attempt table topic, it is very easy. Attempting table topic is very easy. Just ask questions to your topics with why, what, where, how, when, and where. Then your speech is ready. Now, timings for this table topic is 1 minute minimum time, and 1.5 minute target time, and 2 minutes is maximum time. Now, let us start with our table topics today. I read a beautiful book, Who Moved My Cheese. It is very very meaningful and wonderful book. Now, it is a very motivating book by Dr. Spencer Johnson, filled with simple truth of life. It is an amusing, enlightening story of 4 characters who lived in maize and looked for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. Here, cheese is metaphor for what you want in life. It may be job, it may be money, it may be health, it may be relationship, or spiritual peace, or whatever. But it is a metaphor for what we want in life. Now, maize is where you look for a behavior in life and achieve the goal. Now, while reading this book, I came across very meaningful and wonderful sentences in this book. And I will display those sentences or quotes on the screen. And please come forward and explain. It is in your own word. Volunteers, please. Any volunteer?
Neil, how about trying?
Yes, Neil. And this is your topic.
Yeah, I will try.
I think you can see the.
It is showing a bunch of lines.
Yes.
Yeah, now I can see.
Old beliefs do not lead you to new cheese.
Okay.
And there is a reminder, use word of the day.
Yes. So old beliefs do not lead you to new cheese. Okay, so this is a good thing of what happened recently. Ever since I have been employed, I've been employed for a total period of 8 years. And over the time that I've been employed, I started out with a belief that I work for a company, right? And that whatever I do that I'm always grateful to the company for employing me. And over the last year, however, I have come to realize and I've started to question that belief. The reason being that a company can employ you and let you go at any point of time in your life. So how did I question this belief? I realized that if I question this belief, I felt that I would be able to change myself. I questioned this belief and I realized that I do not work for the company. The company works for me. I use the company to get what I want out of my professional life. And when I was able to really latch on to this new belief, a lot of companies got enamored with me. I was able to recently secure a job and with a hike of over 100%. And this is by thinking that a company works for me. And I was able to change my mindset. And this helped me challenge myself and go beyond to find the best possible opportunity for me. Madam President has known that I've been trying to change my job. I recently started a new job and I'm really happy with what I'm doing. And just by questioning that belief, I've been able to really get the new cheese that I wanted. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Neil. Now, for next, who is going to?
Ranjan, you can try.
Fiona.
Yeah. Jyoti ma'am, I'll take.
Okay. It is safer to search in the maze than remain in a cheeseless situation.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I actually don't believe that it is safer to search in the maze. I would especially be true for me. I believe this book, Who Took My Cheese, is a management lesson on change. Normally companies give this book to their employees in case they are undergoing a restructuring of sorts. And anyway, it's about people not being open to change. So it is safer to search in the maze than remain in a cheeseless situation. When it comes to myself, I like to take risks, not with other people, but with myself, which I've done, and some of you already know about it. So I don't believe that if you stay in a maze or if you're boxed up in a particular situation, that if you continue staying there, it is going to end up helping you. The better example would be at my previous job. I was there for about 3 years, and things were okay there. I was comfortable. And then I realized that when things get comfortable, you're not going to grow. And if you want to stay in that situation, and if you don't want to grow, then maybe you can continue in the maze. But if you actually want to discover the world, discover yourself, discover new skill sets and people, then I think that you should get out of the maze and search for new cheese. And in searching for new cheese and accepting change, we become better adapted to change around us. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jyoti. I hope I made the time. I can't see the time. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Fiona. Now, next volunteer, please.
Sabina, our guest. Sabina, would you like to try? Have a go at it?
Yes,
Sure, ma'am.
Would you like
I
to?
just wanted to know what is the word of the day?
Darren?
Pardon me?
The word for the day is enamor.
Enamor, all right.
Yeah, I have posted in the chat box.
Fine.
You can do it again.
Sabina, and this is your topic. Change imposed is a change opposed.
All right. Good morning, everybody. There's a change in every person's life, I would like to say I too faced a lot of changes in my life, right from my schooling, college, friends, work, and life. Everybody faces changes. So you accept it positively or negatively. It's up to you. But I take change as a positive thing, and sometimes even negative. I am unwell at times, so I am very, very, very hesitant about taking medicines, and I'm very reluctant, and I want to know, like, why is this me? Why do I have to take these medicines, and why I am imposed in such a kind of situation? But times are like that. You have to accept what you are, and you have to go with the flow. There's sometimes there's no answer for why. You have to go with the flow, as I said, and it is enormous to be in this beautiful world. It is you who have to make the changes in your life and go ahead, because you keep thinking you are gone through a lot of things, and it's all on you. You are just going to be laid behind where you are. So I really think that changes in the life, you have to accept and just go move on. And I've been, as I told you, a lot of changes in my life, my mental health, my physical health, my friends, and lot of things, lot of changes. From school to my college, I have had so many friends, and friends mean a lot to me. And but one thing I have come to know, that we will not get these friends all the time. So you have to accept the changes. Like, see how I got to know all of y'all. It is a change again. So so accept the change, and you have to go ahead with the change. Thank you so much, Toastmasters, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Sabina. Sunita, can we go for one more?
Yeah, sure, Jyoti.
So, good morning.
Good morning.
As referred by book, who would your cheese? So, if it is, there's no one else. So, because whatever your happiness or whatever feeling or emotion, because of us. So, if we refer in within ourselves, so we will be always happy and pleased. So, if you go for look external force or external way, so it will is sometimes you lose our peace and happiness. So you have always look at within. As the fastest way to change is to laugh at your own folly. So sometimes we have to accept what we are. So when we are genuine, so there is a lot of opportunity to grow. When you are growing, you are always happy and peace. So you always enjoy your life. So whenever you fault that, so just you accept. So there's a lot of people will come and teach you. So that remains, and that you always carry your cheese within you when you that improve yourself and you accept your faulty. And there is saying that when you want to learn, there's teachers always appears. So that whatever say that when you say make that mistake, so laugh at yourself and try to change yourself. So that definitely you grow your life and you carry your cheese with yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ranjan. One more.
Jyoti, I think we'll go on to the next section.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti, for that very innovative session of table topics and for encouraging everyone to participate. Now we move on to the next session, and that is our the evaluation session. I call on our general evaluator, DTM Sukanya, to continue with the session. Over to you, DTM Sukanya.
Yeah, we're finished with 2 sessions, that is the prepared speeches and the table topics. Now we will move on to the evaluations.
Sukanya, I'm
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. Pooja, could you just let us know the timing for the table topics so that we can vote for the table topic speaker? Princita has put the link in the chat. Pooja, could you just let us know the timings quickly?
Yes, ma'am, I'm putting it in the chat right away.
All right, fine. Then we can please, yeah, we'll check the timings and then please vote for the best speaker. Go ahead, Sukanya.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So now I call upon the first evaluator, that is Chandrasekhar, Winston. So Winston, please go ahead with your evaluation.
Okay, thank you, Sukanya. Ranjani, your topic was very appropriate, which everyone has to be aware nowadays. You highlighted the risk of various crimes in cyber, and you also explained the precautions we have to take, which were very clear. You went point by point, and everybody understood your what you were trying to say. Your speech was well written, and you have researched it very well. I think you must have taken quite a lot of time to prepare this. But little bit disappointing was you were reading your speech. This is what I felt. And most of the time you were looking at their notes. So your eye contacts were not very appropriate. So you have to avoid this looking at your speech, because I felt you are reading a speech and you are not delivering a speech. Maybe you have to improve on this. You can look at some points and then explain or expand those points. But all the time looking at the paper, it diverses the attention of the audience. So you have to be very, very careful. This is my only suggestion for your speech. Otherwise, your speech was quite good. You used very good phrases like double-edged sword and smarter than the criminals. These are the things which impresses people with your own original phrases and words. This is what, and you have, I'm sure you have rehearsed the speech because you are well within the time.
DTM Winston, I can't hear you.
Winston?
I think he's got disconnected because it's stuck. I think we'll go ahead, Sukanya.
Yes.
And if Winston wants to add something, when he rejoins, we can ask him to come.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now we will move on to the second evaluator, that is Chandrasekhar, who will evaluate Princita. Chandrasekhar, go ahead.
Sure. The human life is all about the journey between the two breaths. Initially, the first breath is when we are born, taking a breath, and the last breath, what we sigh when we leave this world. Congratulations, Toastmaster Princita, for presenting an enamored speech with a title, Breathe, and on the mentoring, on the project mentoring. The speech was well structured one, and the best way to start any speech and get the attention of the audience is to share the personal experience. And you did a great job starting your speech, sharing your personal experience of college days at a physics lab on experiment called a laser cutter project. And you have shared your experience about how your guide, your teacher was guided you throughout your project when you took up a research topic. And in your speech, you have shared, you said how your guide helped you to overcome your difficulties, and she has saw you to give your best and you shared about his good qualities of your teacher, like congratulating on every moment and sharing the stories. And he has treated you as a friend, not as a student, but as a friend. And how you have become successful under his mentoringship that you have shared. It was a well organized speech. To take your speech to the next level, I have got only 2 recommendations for that. Your speech, you would have used the voice modulation. Like you said, your teacher, your guide has said, take your own time. That you could have said with a expression and a gesture, you can express those words. And the project demanded about the sharing your experience about the Toastmaster mentoring. You could have added about your experience being mentee in the Toastmasters and how this Toastmasters is mentoring in Toastmasters helps the members to achieve their goals. Had you done this, it would have been much better. Overall, all in all, it was a great speech, and we could all connect our experience. I mean, our own days on the college days, having interacting with our own professors. Well done, Principal. Looking forward to your future speeches. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Chandru, for that very beautiful evaluation. Now I shall call upon the R-counter, Praveen, to give his comments.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Now let me give my report today. I have been a Toastmaster since 2 years. The role of R-counters mainly stands to connect or the count the number of R's, ums, and any other filler words. But all the Toastmasters majorly use only R. Yeah, only R. So let me give my report first. Toastmaster of the day, Seema, there were no filler words and R's and ums. Table topic master, there were 6 R's, and general evaluator 4 R's and 1 unwanted so. Grammarian 2 R's. Princita, no. Ranjani, there were 5 R's and 2 unwanted the. Radha, no. President, no. Winston, there were 3 R's. Chandru, there were 2 R's and a couple of repeated words. Neil, there were 3 R's. Fiona, there were 4 R's and 2 unwanted and. Sabina, 1 R and couple of repeated words like I, like, and add. Ranjan used plenty of so's. So being a novice Toastmasters, he will improve on this. So by this, I'm ending my report. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen, for those very elaborate session on our counting. I will now invite Daryl to give his comments as the grammarian. Daryl, please go ahead.
So Kanya, can you just ask everyone to vote for the best evaluator also?
Yeah, just a minute. Okay, the voting link is on the chat box. Please vote for the best evaluator. I think both are eligible.
Yes, both are eligible and the link is there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead, Darren.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, everyone, once again. I'm back with my report, and there are 3 parts for this. The first part is the word of the day, enamor, that was used by Toastmaster Seema twice, Toastmaster Jyoti, Toastmaster Neil, Sabina, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, and Toastmaster Fiona and Toastmaster Smita over chat. So let's give them a huge round of applause for using the word of the day whenever they came on stage. Coming to the good usages used throughout the meeting, these might be simple words, but they just added flavor to your vocabulary. So the SAA Toastmaster Radha used fulfill. President Sunita said needless to say, rejuvenated, reassures, twist the arm. Toastmaster Sunita, Toastmaster Seema had commemorate, commit, prevalent. Speaker 1, Ranjini, had vulnerable, double-edged sword, fraudulent, secure. Speaker 2, Princita, had engrossed, breathing space, lagging, blatantly, sustainable. Toastmaster Neil had latch on to and mindset. Toastmaster Fiona had boxed up, restructuring of sorts. Sabina used the word reluctant, and evaluator Winston used the word highlight. So a huge round of applause for all the good words and phrases that were used throughout. A few incorrect usages. Someone said stuck up in meetings, so you could say stuck in meetings. The word EQUAL is equal, but EQUALITY is equality, not equality. The word was supposed to be access, but it was pronounced as SS during the speech. So get access to something. A story with 4 characters, not story of 4 characters. When you want to introspect, it's not refer within, but reflect within. Mentoringship is, the word is mentorship. Being menteed, rather it's being mentored. And I am a Toastmaster since 2 years. It's for 2 years or since 2019. With that, I have come to the end of my report, but with the general evaluator's permission, can I take 2 minutes more for a small activity?
Okay, thank you, Daryl. Yeah.
Suganya ma'am,
for
if
that very
there's time for 2, if there's time, can I have a small activity as well?
Oh, yeah, I think you could have an activity.
Okay. In Toastmasters, we all love stories, or I mean, generally we all love stories. So let's play a small game where we build a story. Let me share my screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll read out the story and I want you to unmute and fill it up for me. The first one is already there. So the man called Boone
to wake up. To
Woke up.
woke up at the crack of dawn and
made
his way to the pier. His assistant was already
packing
the fishing net as the boat gently
bobbed
in the calm waters. What
does it look like?
What does it look
What
like,
did it
John?
look like?
What does it look like, John?
Asked
Boone. Correct. The forecast
mentioned
or
predicted,
had mentioned
mentioned or mentions a quiet start. Yeah, a quiet start to the day with a spell of rain.
Will come.
Coming later on in the afternoon.
Coming later on in the afternoon. Well then, let's set off as soon as you are done. Sure. How do you think Mrs. Boone
will react
to the news once you tell her this evening? She
will not be happy.
Will not be happy. But then she always
reacts
to any change. Correct. Okay. So you do not want to put it off by another day? Boone did not answer. John started the engine and Boone climbed into the boat and cast off the line. The two men
Nodded.
Nodded to each other and then started out. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. Thank you for being so sporting. And back to the general evaluator.
Thanks for the activity.
Okay. Thank you, Daryl, for that activity. Now I shall give my comments on the meeting. I think this time the meeting was not really very well planned. I think the absence of the president was fully visible because otherwise she's the one who drives everyone. Now with her being occupied with her son's engagement and some other wedding, I believe that, we need somebody with a stick to literally drive us to work at the meeting. So that's why things happened at the last minute and, the meeting was not as usual. Radha began the meeting with very beautiful, she began the meeting very beautifully, but the content of what she spoke was very good. But then I thought, Radha, your voice was a little too dull. Was it because the president was absent for the last 2 weeks? I'm not too sure. But then Sunita made up for that, little dull tone with her lively voice. And then am I audible now? Yes. So she spoke about reliving old memories, and I think that's one way, very good way to connect with people and places. We had Frana giving us a very beautiful, soulful prayer with beautiful visuals, and then we had. The regular procedure of having felicitations and introducing the guests. So that was done correctly. We also had the introduction of the tag team and the roles of the different role takers. Seema, again, as usual, made the meeting very lively, and she began, literally gave us a call to uphold the values of the Constitution. And then she went on to introduce the speakers. We had actually 2 very good speakers. Both were relevant talk, which I thought was absolutely relevant for the times that we live in. Yeah, I think we had 2 wonderful speeches. We had Ranjini giving us a talk on one of the most relevant topics, that is cyber security. Since we are online most of the time, I thought it was absolutely relevant. And Princita gave us a talk. Her title was Breathe. I was quite enamored with that. Okay, I'm having some technical glitches here. So I was quite enamored with the Princita's topic because it was called Breathe. I thought it was going to be on meditation, but then her take on mentoring with the word breathe, where she said about how the mentor gave her space to breathe. I think that was phenomenal, the connect with the word breathe and mentoring. Jyoti, as the table topic master, was her usual creative self. Now I have read the book Who Moved My Cheese, but then it didn't occur to me to think so much about it and make it a topic, make it a topic into table for table topics. I think that was beautiful. All the speakers spoke very well on the topic, and see, many times we tend to take the phrase as it is and we tend to speak on it, but Fiona gave us an opposite view of the phrase. So you don't really have to believe whatever you read. You can always have a different view. And Winston and Chandru gave very good and very apt evaluations. We had Pooja, who did a good job as the timer. I don't know, Pooja, why you didn't announce the time, but you put on the chat box, because it would have been better to have announced it. We had Praveen, who did a very thorough job with the accounting, and Daryl, very unique way of doing a grammarian's role, because you not only gave us the comments on the grammar and the usage of the language, but you also conducted an activity. I think that was very unique, because we don't think that a grammarian can conduct an activity, but this was very good and it was useful and it was relevant. So all in all, we had a great meeting, although I had a lot of technical glitches and I have lost a lot of sentences in between. So I using two devices. I don't know if you have heard me fully and correctly. Anyway, back to the TMOD. Seema, could you take it up?
Can we just have a photograph? Could everyone just switch on the video quickly, because I see people will have to leave for work now. Seema also will get delayed. Quickly, just switch on your camera so that we could have a photograph. Everyone, Neil, are you there? Sharmila, Vishnu, Princita, just for a photograph. And Neil, Prana, Lalit, Sharmila, quickly, please. That's it. Yeah, okay. Give me the heart sign. Say that you're happy to see me back. One more. Right, over to you, Seema. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sukanya, for that very meaningful evaluation that you did, which reminded us how the meeting should go on. And of course, because we were not aware that today is going to be, there is going to be a meeting, we were very casual. We just had the open house the other day. We were busy with the preparation of that, and we did it successfully without the president. And we were relaxing. We thought everything is over, everything is done. So we didn't even remember that there is a meeting. So she was the one who reminded us and again pushed us in and went on messaging, come on, take the roles, take the roles. And we had to do it. Okay, over to the, thank you for that. Over to the president now to announce the winners of the
Yes.
table topics and evaluation.
Thank you, Seema. Thank you for stepping in and taking up a role. One can push, but people have to agree. And I really appreciate that about everyone who joined today. So I won't waste much time. I will announce the results first. I took a decision not to have a best speaker, because I think when we are voting for the best speaker, it has to be an even platform for both. So since Princita's video was not visible, I thought we should avoid voting for that. However, we have the right. So the best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Can we just let him see our hands, even if he can't hear the sound too clearly? Yes. And the best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster Fiona Pinto. Yes, Fiona, the unusual approach always works best.
Thank you.
And the best role taker award, I'd like to acknowledge Toastmaster Pooja, who's doing the timer role. I'm not sure if it's for the first time, but it was, she made a real effort. She stepped in at the last minute and she did really a good job. Thank you, Pooja. And also I'd like to acknowledge, I hope she's on screen. Bhavishya, is your video on? I'd like to acknowledge Bhavishya, who said yes to take out the photographs and worked super smooth behind the scenes. So please give her a big, let her at least see our hands together now. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
And although I am not giving an award, I would like to say a very big thank you to Toastmaster Daryl for accepting our invitation, for taking up the role of grammarian, and for giving us such a fun activity. I think, Daryl, the response to your activity was quite evident at the end. Everybody enjoyed it. So I think we should have an activity, even if it's only for 1 minute every time. Thanks for bringing in something new. Yeah. On that note, I'd like to conclude the meeting. For those of you who have to leave, go ahead. And those of you who can wait, I have a few announcements to do.